An influencer on TikTok appears to be trying to put others on game on how to take over U.S. homes and use squatters' rights. Leonel Moreno, who appears to be a Venezuelan migrant, posted a video to the platform telling followers in Spanish, if a house is not inhabited, no one's living there, we can seize it. How much weight does this claim hold? Joining us to talk about this on our discussion tonight, prevention specialist Matilda Zaragoza, infamous Tex, the host of Houston Town Network, real estate expert Shad Bogany, and realtor Murad Fiki. Glad to have you all here on The Factor Uncensored.
Thanks.
So, Tex, are you taking tips from this guy or what?
I don't suggest anybody really do that because that's definitely a deadly combination here in Texas too, of all places.
But you're like, stand your ground, stand your ground, partner.
Man, it's scary for that whole situation right there. Because it seems like he's doing like a call to action to entice others to try and do this, which. I mean, you definitely want to look into how this works first, but he can also cause, you know, a innocent homeowner to get in a dilemma or some type of problem, you know, trying to protect their home.
And Matilda, when we talk about those who may not be in this country legally, the last thing they want to do is get entangled with a legal situation like this. So what would you think? More than likely, they wouldn't follow this guy.
Well, I mean, the way he was delivering the message was in a very derogatory fashion. He was strongly encouraging people to come over in almost like an invasion type sense. Come take this stuff and take it forcefully. I don't think that that's the right thing for them to do. I wouldn't strongly encourage that. Again, just us here in the United States, we do see this happen from time to time. I myself, when I was in a situation, I was homeless, I did find myself squatting in a home from the elements and, you know, from dangerous situations. But, I mean, they weren't permanent situations, you know, and these were just circumstances that I found myself doing, and there were opportunities that were given. The house was open. I encourage individuals that if you have a home, do your due diligence, make sure it's boarded up, have your neighbors be vigilant and make sure nobody's coming in and out of it, because I was able to come in and out of one, right? But what he's doing there, it's not good. I don't like the way he did it. I feel like he's doing it to encourage havoc and chaos. So if I was from another country, I would not.
All right. And Shad and Murad, for both of you guys, if someone squats in your home, that can become a legal nightmare because then they have certain rights under law. So tell us about that, both of you.
Well, first of all, you have to meet some criteria. Got to be there at least 3 to 10 years before you can openly live there, and everybody knows that you openly live there. You got to pay taxes on it, and then you got to improve the property. But the bottom line is is that to get that person out, if you are a homeowner, you need to do it the legal way, or you could get yourself in trouble.
And Murad, we've seen people, though, who have gone into houses and claimed that they are renting it, or they rented it from someone, or now they own it, but the police will not put them out. You have to then go to civil court and deal with it, and that's going to cost you money as a homeowner, right?
Absolutely. The thing is, in Texas, evictions can be done relatively quickly compared to other states. So you have states like California, New York, where evictions can take literally months. But in Texas, you can file an eviction notice, and within 10 days you get a hearing, and you can literally get somebody out in a relatively quick amount of time, not as fast as someone would like if someone's trespassing, apparently, but in Texas you can get it done relatively quickly. And then also in Texas, we shoot first and ask questions later, right? So I don't know if you want to be doing this in Texas. You might get your head blown off. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. and Matilda, I go back to the earlier point I made, and it's like, it's already hard to get those who are in the migrant community who may not be here legally to even call police for a crime that happens in their neighborhood. But to get them to try to take over a house, that would be
That's kind of insane. Yeah, because I mean, the language barrier would be one of the issues as well. I mean, how are you going to get them to communicate that that's their home?
But what
right?
I'm saying is most of them want to stay under the radar anyway.
Yeah, they're not trying to be seen. So, I mean, for them to just outright go into a home and just fully take over and be open with it, I don't see that happening.
And Tex, your thoughts on this guy? Should investigators, should authorities take a look at him and question him like, what are you doing?
I think so. I think he definitely should be held accountable if he is enticing others to do this. Hell, we saw what happened at the border earlier with the migrants all trying to rush in. I feel like it can cause others to try to do that, or others who aren't even, immigrants just here to kind of start looking in on this, and maybe I could do this also too. So I definitely think it could cause an increase just with him in his following and. So on and so on.
And Murad and Shad, I mean, this is already an American problem. A lot of people do this. They squat. They go into people's homes that they don't own, and they cause nightmares and headaches for those individuals, right?
Yeah, they do. In this case, this guy seems to have learned the American way real quickly, and he's just been there. And so my thought is that if you're a homeowner, put a no trespassing sign up on your property, and make sure you let your neighbors know.
All right, what would be your advice, Murad?
Yeah, I would say, I think this clown just trying to build a following on TikTok, he's giving bad advice. You know, we had a house on the market, and there were people who were trying to squat in it. They were climbing in the windows, and we actually called the police and told them they're trespassing. We don't know who they are. And so when the cops would show up, they were gone. So I don't think, you got to be very cautious when you're trespassing on private property and the police show up. And again, if you'd be lucky if you get arrested, it could end even worse for you.
Unless you're a scam artist or a con artist and you have a plan in place and you know how to work the system. But thank you guys for joining us here on The Factor.